The Try Guys were 4 guys that did viral videos for BuzzFeed where they would try to do things. They would have all these videos, and then they got bigger than BuzzFeed. They left BuzzFeed, took the name, the IP, all of that stuff, and made their own channel. They're beloved on the internet. They're like sort of quirky. They are just really well liked. And there's a guy on there named Ned, and Ned was married to this woman who he also made content with. It was super well loved, and then he cheated on his wife with a producer of the Try Guys. And they've had to fire him from the Try Guys. It's really like imploded them. And it's big on the internet.
Did they fire him for sleeping with the producer?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it was like he was her boss. It was like he says it's consensual. Like he says it's a consensual relationship that I made a mistake on.
You're trying to make a new video. Let me try to sleep with my producer.
Yeah, exactly. But the crazy thing is it blew up internally first, and they were like, oh, you can't be banging like our producers, like you gotta go.
Yeah.
And then he was caught in public at a bar with the girl.
Yeah.
And then someone took a picture like, yo, this is the guy that makes wife content, and then posted online as like, why is he kissing this girl?
And then he makes wife content?
Like he's like basically monopolized his relationship, or I guess like commodified his relationship where he's like, I'm the wife guy and I love my wife and me and her, we do TikToks together and this is my wife and like our relationship.
Every single time.
Yep.
Every single motherfucking time.
Yeah, that's very fair to say.
The harder they fall, bro. It's like that Adam Levine fucking thing. There was that picture that came out of him. It was real long time ago, but he was at some concert. He had a blue shirt on that just said feminist on it.
Yeah.
And it's just like every single time, the more perfect they seem, the more piece of shit they are. And people are so afraid for some reason to just be a piece of shit openly when we like pieces of shit.
Yeah.
They make us feel normal. They make us feel okay.
That's why I love Michael Blackson. He's like, bro, I get girlfriends sometimes.
Yeah.
Me and my wife, we have a thing. We're cool. Like that's what he does.
Yeah.
But he's just like super open about it. He's like, I don't have to hide this. This is what I'm doing. Yeah.
God bless.
But it is wild that I don't know. I'm like, sleeping with your producer, yeah, I get. That's worth getting him out of there. But
Wait, no, why? Why?
Because she works
Power
there.
dynamic, they're cucks, it's a thing.
No, I don't subscribe to this. I don't like this idea that humans are not capable of making decisions. And I think that's what that is. I understand you have to like set up rules to protect all these people because there are these bad actors that are willing to take advantage of the people that are working for them. But I also think that you can develop a consensual and loving relationship with somebody you work for or somebody that works for you. So it sucks that we're basically like eliminating those relationships. And I bet if you look back like in time, the majority of fucking human beings have probably met their wife by working with them.
It's a huge percentage.
Huge.
Like huge conflict of interest. Don't you think it kind of throws the vibe off a little?
There's also like declare
Or creates
laws.
the vibe.
Yeah.
Like you're both passionate about the same thing. You both have all that in common. You're spending so much time together. You're building like a real foundation of relationship based on like mutual interests.
But if their brand is built on being good guys and you're out here sleeping with someone
We're not
else
talking about that. We're talking about
What
we're
you're
talking about
though?
consensual relationships in the workplace.
If you go to HR,
You have to
disclose the relationship,
He's a fucking
then you're
hypocrite.
fine.
There's no question. Yeah.
If you go to HR and disclose the relationship, then you're fine.
But what Mark is saying, I think you were saying, is that the relationship itself is null and void because of the power dynamic that exists.
No. Like they can have a consensual relationship, but I get why they would want to either change her around or if he was not disclosing the relationship, terminate his employment.
Yeah. So, what you're saying is
he's being sneaky because he's cheating on his wife, so he can't say I'm in a relationship with the producer. And
so
when
he
they
can't go to HR.
so then they find out, and then
it.
I get why they're determining his employment because he's not disclosing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like he's a hypocrite for being wife guy while also doing it, but at the same time, it's like one of those people that like find their fucking shtick and now they're like a prisoner of the shtick.
Yeah.
Like he's not wife guy as much as he's not in love with his relationship as much as he is in love with making money being wife guy.
Being famous,
being in love with himself. And it's also scummy on the girl's part. It's like, yo, you know this guy's got a wife.
Yeah.
You see her every week. Like she comes in. They make content together.
Now here's the question. He's been fired. Obviously, power dynamics, many things happen. And the reason he's fired. There's not word from what I know at this exact moment, if the producer has been fired also.
She shouldn't get fired.
Yeah,
Why not?
Why?
She also broke the rules, right?
No. Only the
she's
Senior person?
The senior person breaks the rule.
Interesting.
Yeah, because the power dynamic. What if he pressured her to sleep with him?
Consent can't exist with power vacuums.
It's like, hey, if you want to keep your job, you gotta suck my dick.
I think that's a bit black and white, isn't it? Consent cannot exist with the power dynamic. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, there's always a power dynamic. That's the
yeah.
other thing. It's like, even if you don't work for somebody, there's always going to be a power dynamic.
Yeah, it exists, so then disclose it.
Yeah.
I mean, if we really want to talk about it, like, the power dynamic is wildly skewed towards women. Like, we cannot have sex with them unless they say, okay. It is illegal. That's not 50-50. That is 0-100.
If a woman
both
marries a
people
rich
have to
guy,
want to have sex.
if a rich guy dates a beautiful girl, is he taking advantage of the power dynamic? The fact that I'm a rich guy?
100%. He'd take advantage of the access to all the things he different had. Like, of
Yeah,
course.
but we're saying in the workplace is different. Because in the workplace, somebody can hold your job over you, and that's the
That's fair.
deciding
Listen,
factor.
That's
that's
fair.
fucked up, and there are guys that do that, and that's fucked up, and that's horrible. And I think the real mess up here is when women, and this is the Weinstein shit, it's like when women complain about this and they cover it up and protect the person in power, like that, these people right here that are protecting the guy who's fucked up destroys consensual work relationships, because now that woman has no recourse to keep her job and protect herself. And then every other girl in the company's like, I better not say her else I'm gonna get fired. But if every time the woman complained, they just fired the fucking boss who broke the goddamn rules, then
Or
we
the
can have
man can-
consensual, sorry?
Yeah, or it could happen the other. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
But we can have consensual work relationships, because anytime it was uncomfortable or a dude crossed the line or a woman crossed the line and that was complained about and that person got fired, everybody's free. But now we have to build all these fucking rules because these assholes in HR and like the shareholders in these fucking board meetings are going, hey, we can't get rid of this fucking CEO. We can't get rid of Weinstein. He's really good at picking movies, so protect that motherfucker even though he's a rapist. It's like all those people should be going down with Weinstein. And
Yes.
with the
100%.
100, bro.
100%.
If a girl says, hey, this guy fucking raped me, and you go, well, don't you want to work in Hollywood, blah, 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 you are
Complicit.
aiding that rapist. Right?
The guy that the girl went to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, the
but
guy
the
at
girl
HR.
shouldn't.
No,
the girl
no,
shouldn't.
no.
Like
I'm
the girls
saying,
who kept quiet.
no.
The people
guys
that covered
who
up.
quiet the women.
Yeah.
okay.
Or the women who quiet the women, but the ones who protect the fucking rapists.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And
I
I'm
agree
like,
with
that whole, it's like the rapists and the protectors are the people that make it so uncomfortable for the, I guess the women or even the men that are is subordinate. Is that the word?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you're completely powerless in that situation, and now you can't even raise within the company because now you're terrified these people don't have your.
If you're
protection.
comfortable being vocal, there's not the power dynamic being exploited nearly as much.
Thank you for articulating that.
But that's if the systems that you're talking to are even willing to hear your complaint.
To his point, that's
Exactly.
the problem.
Yeah.
The problem is that because, like he said earlier, a huge percentage of relationships begin in the workplace. A lot of those relationships before this, there was a power dynamic, like just in the sense that one person was a boss and one person was not a boss. So if we have an environment where this subordinate person is comfortable being vocal, if this person is making them uncomfortable, then that shit is all, we can just have
But
workplace
do you feel like
relationships.
most workplaces probably favor a really talented, powerful
Yes,
rapist?
They do,
without a doubt.
and that's why
like,
you should
a
punish the
subordinate?
people who
It's
help
fucked up.
cover up for that guy, that powerful man or woman. That person that helps cover up should be just as culpable.
But you're saying it's like, oh, it's those companies that fuck it up forever. I'm like, I think that's probably just most organizations.
It's those people that cover it up, that fuck it up for everyone.
To be honest with you, I think the system that's set up is by the shareholders or by the protectors. It's like, why don't we just make it so nobody can fuck anybody here, and then our CEO won't fuck it up by screwing some of the employees and then pissing them off. So we're just gonna make this blanket rule to protect our real golden goose, which is the CEO,
Maybe.
not his secretary.
And if it does both, they're like, yeah, but yeah,
and it's
they don't
probably
wanna
just
fuck
an
it up.
easier way to legislate. I don't have to get into the nitty gritty and waste fucking time with who's right and who's wrong. You didn't disclose, you're fired.
Yeah.